Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to another FM17 guide. Today we are looking at one of the probably toughest jobs, if you look at real life, in the Premiership, and that is keeping Sunderland in the league. So in this guide, what we're going to do is look through the philosophies of the club, what the board expects you to achieve, finances, transfer budgets, staff members, see where we can improve there. Team report, we'll have a quick look at that, and then also under 18s and under 23s, see if there's any sort of wonder kids in those teams, and then we're going to look at the squad as a whole, talk about the strengths and weaknesses, go through each position, maybe see where we could spend our money. So, firstly, let's look at the philosophies. They expect us to sign young players for the first team and develop players using the club's youth system. This is my favourite philosophies anyway, because it's kind of what I do in Football Manager anyway, so I have no problem with that. Now, what do the board expect us to achieve this season? In the Premier League, avoid relegation. FA Cup, 5th round. League Cup, 4th round. Okay, that's not too... It's kind of to be expected. Are they going to give us much money to achieve those goals? Actually, not too bad. Compared to some of the other sort of clubs in and around us, that's a decent amount of money. Don't have much wages, that's the only thing. Like 50,000 in wages to spend, but 12 million, we could do something with that. We can even sort of put some more into our wages if we need it. So let's have a quick look at staff, see how we're doing. So the medical team's not too bad. Maybe one more physio would be a decent shout. Also, the scouting team needs work. The coaching team needs a lot of work. I think there must be some deadwood in here or very bad coaches, because we definitely need to recruit at least 4 or 5 new coaches just so we can get that training sorted. Here's the team report. I won't go through it in any detail, but if you want to pause it and watch that now, you can. Go. Do it. Done it? Okay, good. Alright, now have we got any little cheeky wonder kids in our under 18s? This is always one of my favourite parts, apart from the answers. The answer's no. It's just no. Under 23s, have we got any super duper wonder kids? Yes, we have. Okay, good. Right, so we've got one main guy. Well, there might be a few other little gems here, so do go through them. But we've got Joel Asoro, Spanish? Swedish, of course, that makes sense. 17-year-old, 5-star possible potential. Really, really pacey striker. I think he could be pretty decent. Obviously, needs a bit of work. Get him tutored and everything. Maybe even get him some sort of cup games in the League Cup and stuff like that, just to give him some game time. Actually, this guy could turn into a very, very good player. How much do they pick him up for? 100k. That's not bad, is it? That's a pretty good little shout. One of the interesting ones here is we've got Sebastian Coates. We can't... I was going to see if we could get him back, because we need him. He's in the game. He's really good. 4-star player. It's a shame that he's off on loan. We can't recall him because he's going to be in our first team easily. So we're going to have to wait until the loan finishes before we get him back. But just bear that in mind. We've got him coming in next summer. So, and then there's a few other players here that you can look at on your own time. So one wonder kid and one really good player that's fucked off. Apart from that, doing all right. So let's have a look at the main squad in itself, see where we need to strengthen, and pray that we stay in the Premier League. So first up, goalkeepers, Jordan Beckford and Vito Mannone. Actually, that's a pretty good partnership. Jordan Beckford's a really, really good young keeper. I think a lot of people rate him. And Vito Mannone's a decent, solid backup. I think happy. They're pretty even to start the game. Pickford's going to improve, obviously. So I think we're doing all right there. With our money, we don't need a goalkeeper, which is always nice because they can be quite tricky to find. So on this right-back position, we've got a host of options, I would say. First up, we've got Javi Manquillo, who's the Liverpool guy, wasn't he, that never really made it. We bought him on loan for a couple of seasons and then sent him back. 22 years old, still young, 4-star potential, really good player, on loan from Atletico Madrid. Very happy with that. It's a good option to have. Then we've got Billy Jones, who's going to probably be our main right-back option. Pretty good going forward. Good all-rounder. No real weaknesses in his game. And what else we got? We've got Seb Larsson, who's central midfielder, can fill in at right-back. And he's a decent player. Decent set-piece taker as well. Physicals are lacking a little bit. He's getting on a bit now, so we have to bear that in mind. But nice cover option. Then we've got Lamina Kone, who is our first centre-back option. Solid heading. Jumping reach is a little bit meh. But other than that, pretty sort of solid squad player. Nothing too spectacular. Can play right back, but only if you're playing really defensive fullbacks, I would suggest using him, or like an injury crisis. Then we've got John O'Shea, 114 caps for Ireland. That's ridiculous. 35 years old now. It's probably going to be his last season. He's got 1 year left on his deal, but still a decent squad player. Then we've got, Jesus Christ, Pappy Dillabodje, isn't it? I've heard his name mentioned. Dillabodje. Okay, so he is a centre-back option, 27 years old, and he's really good, apart from the fact he can't head a ball. So get him working on heading and positioning is his two big weaknesses in his game. But other than that, he looks like a quality centre-back. Then we've got Paddy Mcnair, the Man United reject. Plays best as sort of defensive midfielder. He can play as a centre-back and he's okay. Not too bad, but a good versatile player. And he's only 21, so that's nice. He can really improve. Then we've got Jan Kerkhof, who is a 25-year-old German under-21 international. And he's sort of very similar, really. Just a solid, versatile player. He's not going to set the world alight, but he's got attributes all in all the right places, so that's not too bad. So defensively, not too bad, I'd say, overall. I forgot this guy, didn't I? Jason Denier, on loan for Man City, is your another centre-back option. Okay, decent looking. His marking has a little bit to be desired. There's a couple of sort of weaknesses in his game, but he's going to be a very good player, obviously on loan at the moment. But overall, I think we've got a pretty good setup at the back. I think it's going to need rebuilding maybe next year. Obviously, O'Shea's going to leave, but not too bad. We've got right backs. As for left backs, we've got Patrick Van Aanholt, who I think is a sensational player. Scores goals, which is nice for a left back. Really, really pacey, solid player. Not amazing defensively, but good for an attacking fullback. And as for his backup, well, he doesn't have any. That's it. We have no other left backs. So that might be an area that needs strengthening. So in central midfield, we've got Lee Catamol. He likes to tackle, let's just say. Dives into tackles, aggression 18. He's going to get himself sent off, but he is going to be a very good player in the meantime. Then we've got Didier Ndong, who is another sort of defensive-ish midfielder. Pretty well-rounded, actually, in his stats. Only 22 years old, not a bad little player. Jack Rodwell, obviously, he made a big money move to Man City, didn't he? 12 million, and then Sunderland bought him for 10, to be fair. That's okay. He was sort of touted as the next big thing, really, and he's actually pretty decent in this. He's a decent squad player, 25 years old now, so he's not going to improve massively. And then we've got Stephen Peanut, who David Moyes obviously just loves him. He's in a sexual relationship with him because he seems to take him where he likes. And he's taken him to Sunderland with him, obviously released from Everton. Backup player. He's got no physicals. I think he's going to be an impact sub more than anything. Next up, we've got Adnan Januzaj. This could be a really good player for Sunderland. You need to use him. He's very versatile. He's got very good attributes, really. I think he's going to be one of your star men this season. You need to get the most out of him. That's what you need to build your formation around. Those players the best players in your team. Work out how to get the most out of them. Next up, we've got Lyndon Gooch, who's a 20-year-old American. Behind the striker or on the wing. Physicals need a little bit of work there, but he's got the potential to be a very good player. Is he loan listed to begin with? He is loan listed, so you need to work out what you're going to do with him there. Then we've got Wahby Khasra, great name. He should just get in the team just for the name. I would say right winger, but he doesn't really play as a right winger. He plays as sort of inside forward or behind the striker, but you could easily play him as a right winger. He's got decent enough crossing and pace, so I think that's pretty good. A nice player to have in the team. Then we've got Duncan Watmore. He's one of our own. Okay, apart from he's not one of our own, is he? Bought him from Altrincham. I always thought Duncan Watmore had been there forever. Only 22 years old. A pacey player. High work rate in real life. Has he got the work rate? Yeah, 15 work rate on the game. It's not too bad. Right winger that can't cross very well or pass very well. Yeah, good. But like a decent squad player. Another Liverpool reject, Fabio Borini. He's actually pretty good in this. He's a really nicely well-rounded player. You could play him up top, play him as an inside forward on the left. Pretty damn decent. Then we've got Jermaine Defoe, who is obviously keeping Sunderland, giving them a chance to survive this season in real life. He's scoring all their goals. Still a very, very good player, even at the age of 33. sort of one of the first names on the team sheet, really. And then we've got Victor Anichibi, another Everton, ex-Everton player. And just a sort of decent backup, actually. Not too bad at all. So looking at the overall strengths and weaknesses of this team, we don't have a backup left-back. Central midfield is okay. We've got the three main men there. We've got Gooch and Khasra that can also play centre midfield if needed as a playmaker role. So that's not too bad. So overall, not too bad. You can't, if you're going to play two strikers, I'd probably suggest getting another striker. You could go Borini and Defoe up front, but having Watmore and Anichibi as your main backup is probably quite a scary proposition to most Sunderland fans. I think they're decent. They haven't got many out-and-out wingers. Januzaj could be used as that, but I kind of want him to play behind the striker, really. As for sort of tactics, just thinking off the top of my head, with the current team, that is, I'm going to play one up top. Oh, are we doing a 4-4-1-1? Are we throwing out a 4-4-1-1 here? Januzaj behind, and then depending, without sort of going into too much detail, either a 4-4-1-1 such as that, or that, a 4-2-3-1, however you want to pronounce it. I think sort of that shape does best for what Sunderland have got. And really make the focal point as Adnan Januzaj and Defoe. These are the two that are going to save you relegation. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed my mini little guide to Sunderland. Good luck keeping them up. You can't do any worse than Moyes, can you? Oh, Gollum, he is useless. But you see, you can't do any worse. So that's a bonus. Let me know what you think of that, guys, and give any suggestions to people watching this in the comments. Who you'd buy, who you'd sell, all that sort of good stuff. That'd be fantastic. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for lots of FM17 and goodness and guides and let's plays and all that shit. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.